Well, here we are again, once more time, round 5 of the Community Clash presented by Beam Motorsports. Here from the beautiful Oilex Speedway for some figure 8 racing. And with me, as always, is my buddy Austin Spence. And Austin, they're going to be turning left and right tonight.
Oh my gosh, man. Like, at first, we kind of threw a little loop at them at the very last event where we had some really tight hairpin J-Core style racing. And now we're going to mix it up here, some old school style with figure 8 racing. I know a lot of people, when you think of old school classic monster truck racing, you think back to, I think it was Louisville, Kentucky Speedway, or one of those speedways back in the day where you had that famous figure 8 racing track. So it's so cool to see that we're paying homage to that here tonight at Oilex Speedway. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got a lot of strong runners and competitors out here tonight. Eli and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle truck still running top on points. We got Jonathan Robinson in the Whiskey Maneuver. He's going to be making some moves, hopefully getting up the board a little bit further, trying to compete with the rest of these guys. You got Mothman. All the big dogs are here tonight.
Absolutely. And I heard some people were talking crap in the back. They're ready to wipe that bug off their windshield talking about Mothman. So I think our buddy Guard's got a little bit of a target on his back. Sorry. Chris Gosler there. Sorry about that. Always kind of get stuck in Discord speak. But anyway, regardless, man, this is going to be a lot of fun. The takeoff ramps on these crush cars have been insane that we've been seeing in practice. Guys are getting a lot of air. And there's going to be a lot of strategy trying to come into these turns. I don't really know what the strategy is going to be for some of these guys because they may get a little wild and crazy out of control, but it's going to make for some crazy, awesome, close racing tonight. At least fingers crossed. Either that or we're going to see people going a little too hot into these turns, and we're going to have to see a bunch of rollovers.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit in practice there. We had a couple of guys getting a little slick on the asphalt and running a little bit different tire. We've made some serious upgrades to the mod. Hopefully that everybody can get a hold of this soon. We made a lot of changes. We got new planetaries added in. They actually function like they should. We got new tires. This is like model 87 of the tires, I think it is, or something like that. And a lot more updates coming to the replica pack as well. So we got a lot of things in store. We're pretty comfortable with how this is feeling. This is probably going to be the version of the mod that goes out. So we're going to go on into the first round of racing here. We're going to have Eli in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle truck. He's going to be taking on the War Pony. He's one of our good friends, Solomon over there from Ponsford, Minnesota.
Another Minnesota boy, gotta love it. And if you haven't gone over and checked out his YouTube channel, he recently posted a Halloween video, which I never had this, but he made a mod of the old Micro Machines playset with this mod. It was just absolutely incredible. It was super cool to watch. But it's gonna be awesome to see him lining up against our points leader, Eli and Team NT, and see who's got what it takes to come out on top here at Oilex Speedway.
We were talking about sitting and watching him in practice. Had a little bit of trouble last week, had some internet and server issues trying to get everything up and running, but we're good and strong this week. Watching him run in practice, he's gotten a little bit faster. He's put a little bit more time and effort into this truck trying to make it a little bit more competitive. We're going to have to see what happens here. Both of these guys are lined up and ready to rip it off down the track. Turning left and right here in the Community Clash. Green light right there. What is going on
here? Look, Eli got the red light in the left lane. He's getting flashed as if he red lit. I'm not sure if they're going to be running this back, but it looks like there was a jump from the TMNT truck.
Yeah, what I'm getting word on from the trackside official, Eli jumped the gun, got a little bit too excited, waiting to put on a good run. Oh, hold on to it, War Pony. Solomon taking a rough ride in here, going over that first set of cars. And now he's going to make the big long loop around turns 3 and 4 and head on down toward the front stretch in the front grandstand so then folks can see him over there as well. And he's going to make a charge to the finish line. If it was me, I'd be taking a little bit slower, trying to preserve the equipment so you can move on to the next round with grace. But there you go. War Pony's going to take out our #1 qualifier.
Talk about an upset. You know Eli is not too happy about that in the pits. But, you know, when we say that we run out of light, You're watching the light. We don't do the driver's ready, set, go. We don't do a 3, 2, 1 count. Like, we are strictly going by the light. And it is a tough break. Sometimes people slip on the converter or they try to get up in the RPMs and it just creeps that little bit. But just like in drag racing, you creep, you jump forward or lunge forward just a little bit, it's going to put you in the red. So tough break for Eli, but congratulations to Solomon and War Pony. You're going to be moving on to the next round.
Yeah, I'm sure he needed that. He's had a couple of rough weeks here just getting on the tour, and it's running a lot slower for him this week. Like I said, it looked like he put a little bit of extra sauce in the old War Pony to try to get it to cut the mustard out here with the big dogs, and it seems to have paid off for him, at least on this go-around. We'll have to see what happens with this. That's not a very good omen to get started here, Spence.
No, it definitely is not. But, you know, we're looking at this from a racer's perspective. So with this being figure eight racing, I got to ask you, Ben, what lane would you put yourself in? Would you want to start on the inside lane and finishing on the outside, try to carry that momentum? Or would you rather start on the outside lane and then try to cut the corner, get kind of a nice tight turn to get into the finish? Like, what would be your perspective for this track?
For me, I would rather be on the outside on the first part of the track. You can make up a lot of time as long as you can hold, basically, as Army Armstrong used to say, on the hip. If you can stay somewhat relatively close to the truck that you're running against in the other lane coming through this first set over there, you should have a little bit more of an easier time and get around him coming around that last set. So I would take the lane that Guard is in, or excuse me, Chris Gosler and the Mothman right here. I would take his lane that he's in. What about you?
I would definitely have to almost agree with you on that, but honestly, starting in the inside lane, you kind of try to use that to your advantage depending on the tuning of your truck, especially on your gearing, to try and keep that momentum and keep it nice and tight. Obviously not too tight to where you're going to potentially roll the truck over, but if you keep it tight enough and keep that momentum, keep as much speed as you can, I think it will throw you further across the finish line.
You see what I mean by this? Chris Gosler is in a good position right here where he was hugging out the front. Now he should be he's over in the other driver's lane. We're about to get a check on that. He's also got a tire going down as well. It's not looking good.
Right front is down on Mothman. But it looks like Mothman is trying to block the outside lane there for a second.
Mothman's having some serious trouble over there, and this is also a newcomer. We didn't get to mention him. We were talking about some other stuff, but Xander Drack from Lima, Ohio, is going to move on to the next round. He's got a slight little flat tire there too. That's one of the things that Bobcat and the guys have been working on so hard, is trying to get the tires to where they don't just explode immediately. It's more or less they actually go flat like they should. And that's what it seemed like he had going on, but he moves on to the next round. Chris was all over the track on that one.
This is definitely this is literally anyone's game. I mean, I'm not trying to talk too highly of our friend Chris Gosler, but you know, Chris Gosler has been a part of this community with Beam Motorsports from the very beginning, and to see him get knocked out in round one without causing an immense amount of damage to that truck and making the highlight reel, it's actually quite surprising. So I really don't have any predictions to seeing who is going to come out on top with this event here, Ben.
Yeah, this track is going to be basically, it's like our Talladega. It's anybody's ball game. There's a lot of room for error on this track because it's so large. You're running, 30, 35, 40 seconds as a lap time around this course. Might be a little bit faster than that, but generally speaking, between 30 and 40 seconds is how long it takes to get around this course. That's a lot of time. You got to be perfect for that entire stretch. And whereas, you come off the cars and you have a bad bounce, there's also room for you to make up time too.
Absolutely right. And the biggest thing is you need to look for those opportunities. And we kind of just saw in that previous race with Chris Gosler and Mothman, he was starting to lose a little bit of control on that truck. Even if you are behind your competitor, you kind of need to, in a racer's mind, you need to be looking for those windows of opportunity. If they make one mess, they make one little mistake, it is going to be what is the make or break point of that race, which will be the defining factor whether or not you will move on to the next round.
Right now on the line, we got Jonathan Robinson and Whiskey Maneuver, big old Dodge, taking on one of our newer guys. This is going to be Mad Viking from Denver, Colorado, driving Greenhorn, one of the Mountain State monsters.
I think our good buddy Bobcat has got that truck on a lean. I know Greenhorn is a beautiful looking piece, but Jonathan Robinson and Whiskey Maneuver, I mean, he's had this truck on kill numerous occasions, and always unfortunately coming up short when it comes to trying to take the checkered flag and winning an event. Considering what has happened in just the first 2 events, this might be his night.
Yeah, everything's looking good for him. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. He's definitely got the speed. As he, whoa,
oh, no!
Greenhorn completely sends it over the last jump, and that thing is worth absolutely nothing now. I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of explaining to do to Bobcat Designs over there and Josh McClung.
Man, I really hope he's not in the pits watching right now, because I don't think there's a single panel on this truck that is worth saving. I think there might be a door panel, but the bed, the front end, there's wheels ripped off, the engine's all cocked at a 45-degree angle. This truck is done. But you know what? Congratulations to Jonathan Robinson. I'm moving on to the next round. You're definitely gonna need some work in the body shop this week. So good luck to our good friends over there at Mountain State Motorsports.
And we can take a little bit of time to thank a couple of our sponsors. We got Beacon Fidelity. Just because your opponent can't drive doesn't mean you shouldn't be covered. We got it all for you. Make sure you give us a call. Home, auto, and venue, we cover it all. And Redline Cigarettes, you need to live at the limit. Good action so far, Spence. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing too, but I do not want to be in the pit area right now. I guarantee you tempers are flaring. There are people that are not too happy with how everything is transpiring here tonight at Oilex Speedway. But this, honestly, I love that we have tracks like this, because we have a lot of guys that you've seen in the series that are very dominant, whether it is straight line or turning courses. And now we have a track that this is almost our equalizer. You're going to see people that at the bottom of the points are going to get a tremendous boost up our points poll, and seeing, how much closer it's going to be for a lot of people after tonight's endeavors. But we'll definitely have to see what's going to happen. It looks like we got our boy E.G. Lately is coming out on the track, and Broad Street Bully. Who is he going to be taking on in this round here, Ben?
I believe he's getting a buy run on this. Our good buddy Forza with the Fallen Angel, Chris Sanford, he couldn't make it to the event tonight, so we're only have 15 trucks out here, and EG's going to get a good first round, good look at this track. I think it'd be wise if he just takes it easy. I know he runs that BeamNG VR headset. Just take it easy out there, buddy, and you'll be all right. Like he's going to do. He's going to just kind of feel the track out, get a little bit of speed in the truck, maybe a little heat in the tires, and carry it an easy run on into the next round.
You want the way I see it, Ben, if you want the true leaf spring old school monster truck experience, especially with a VR headset, what you need a VR headset, you need a wheel, and you need to find a heavyweight boxer to punch you in the kidneys every time you jump the truck. That would be the true old school feel of what it was like to drive one of these classic trucks.
They're a dying breed, that's for sure. They don't make them like they used to. That's one thing about us here at Beam Motorsports that we absolutely love. You know what? I'm excited for our trip to the Hall of Fame here in a couple weeks.
Man, I cannot believe that we're already in the month of November, man. Like, I mean, literally Halloween was yesterday, but more importantly, it was our buddy Kyle Seasock's birthday. So happy birthday to our buddy Kyle.
Mr. Highlight Reel, happy birthday.
Mr. Highlight Reel I think he turned 28. I might be wrong on that,
God,
but yeah.
To be 28 again.
I know. I'm going to be 31 in March. I don't like it.
I'm sitting at a beautiful 40 right now, so yeah, he's got a long way to go. Still wet behind the ears.
It's all downhill from here. We know. But yeah, the Hall of Fame weekend is going to be a lot.
That's going to be the fun part.
Oh Lord. All right, looks like we got our next pair getting ready to come out into the track. Who we got coming out next, Ben?
We're going to have the Everett Skybolt. Going to be taking on Power Surge. Kai's been running really, really, really good as of late, but that hasn't been the case here for the rest of the guys that have been running extremely well. Both Eli and the
Eli
other
and
one.
Chris Gosler.
There you go, and Chris Gosler. I always forget Chris's name. I want to keep saying guard, but that's not it.
Oh my gosh, the curses of knowing your friends through their usernames and not their actual names. It's terrible.
Yeah, with them going out, and as well as Kai's been running the Everett Skybolt. He started off in the Appalachian Dream. He's moved over to his own truck for the rest of the season. You only get one truck change in our series, and that was the one he used it on. It's a beautiful looking truck, beautiful paint job on it.
Yeah, and he smartened up and he got a Ford. He ditched the Dodge.
And there's the green right there. And Kai is just off and running. But, oh
no!
Direwolf gets into the wall. That's not a good look for him right there. If Kai was smart, he'd kind of back off and just kind of let it ride. This track
looks like the left front is stuck on the wheel. Did we forget to tell Kai that this is a turning course?
This is Kai out here in the Everest Skybolt, man.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's going to go on, motor on around the track. He's taking it extremely easy now. That sucks for Wolf getting stuck up in the wall in the Power Surge truck. Kai's going to bounce to a halt across the finish line. Move on to the second round.
This track is, I don't want to call it a truck killer because this is just a simple figure eight, but you want to talk about throwing our competitors for an absolute loop. I mean, I don't know what happened to our buddy over there with Power Surge. Something must have happened with the front steer because it looked like as he was coming up to the turn, nothing happened. There was no response, and into the wall he went. Very tough break and very unfortunate. You hate to see it because I can tell you right now, Kai, that is not the way that he wants to win. That is not how he wants to move on to the next round. But as sad as it is, we're going to keep the train rolling. We got our next group coming out. We have got the North Star Nomad taking on Joe Lobus in the Pasture Pounder. Who do you got for this one, Ben? Who do you think might have what it takes to come on top? I'm a big Ford guy. I gotta go with Lobus and the Pasture Pounder.
Well, the way things are looking tonight, I don't think it's going to be a good time for either of them. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of bouncing around. I'm telling you, control is the name of the game with this one. And when you have a truck that bounces all over the place, control is not going to be something that's going to be at a readily available, time. So, I mean, this is going to be a real struggle for these guys. They just got to be as smooth as possible. I mean, both of these trucks have been running really good. Both of them have been qualified in the mid-pack, so this should be a good race if they can keep it together.
Keyword, if they keep it together. And there's the green light. They are both off the line. It's pretty neck and neck. So far, North Star Nomad being in that inside lane is going to be able to cut that corner a little bit sharper with a pretty decent-sized lead on Pasture Pounder, kicking the rear end out, approaching the center section with the cars. But here comes Pasture Pounder with the big block power. Nomad loses the right front wheel. Tough break.
Lobus has the tire going down as well. Oh man, this truck! You said it. It's a truck killer. It's a truck killer for sure. Oh man! Oh, and he threw the tire off the truck. That's not a good look.
He made it across the finish line. I mean, a couple of wheels, a couple of lug studs. It ain't gonna make or break the run. But man, tough break for North Star Nomad. And you could tell when they were coming around that first turn here, approaching the set of cars, Lobus turned the gearing up, found another gear, whatever it was, and was hard charging North Star Nomad to that center section of the cars. And when he was flying across the cars, I don't know what happened, but there was just a bad hit coming down from North Star Nomad, and off that wheel went. Tough break. You hate to see it, but you know what? Congratulations to see Joe Lobus will be moving on to the next round.
Well, you called it. He pulled it off.
I mean, I got to root for my Fords. That's just how it is. Then our next pair that is coming out, we got a couple of, well, this is definitely going to be the price of admission. Ben, we have got Bombshell and Beach Party coming out onto the track as we speak. This We might as well start calling the local wreckers just to get, you know, all the body parts and panels that we're going to need to get off this track here after this race.
Right, see what Bombshell can pull off here. He's been running really strong as of late. Had a couple of hiccups in some other events. Marky Jester's always one to contend with. And old young McClung over there, the diaper princess. Oh, we love him.
Ball Patty.
Yeah, we love him over there. Josh McClung's son, Steven, in Beach Party. I heard he was working on a new truck. I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yeah, maybe he's going to find something that has a little bit more of an aggressive paint scheme and not baby blue and, you know, genitalia pink as the chassis color. But, you know, I'm not one to judge. You know, everyone, you know, different strokes for different folks. But we have hit the green. They're off to an even start. Who is going to take this on top? It looks like Bombshell kind of came up and cut off Beach Party there for a second.
Both of them were kind of just hugging the middle of the track. No harm, no foul yet. Bombshell's having a hard time keeping it together over there, and he got a tire going down.
Young McClung taking the inside lane. He's already got a little bit of a lead on Bombshell, but we'll see if he'll be able to keep up any kind of momentum coming into this final turn to the stack of cars. Right now is anybody's race over the set of cars, and Bombshell by a truck length is going to win the race against Beach Party. That was a close finish there, Ben.
Yeah, with a tire going down too, but I'm not sure how they're going to call that. It looked like he cut the course down there to come down to the final stretch, but I think it might be a called a good run. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to have to check with the track official on that one and see what he says.
Yeah, we're going to have to definitely go in and see what the official calling is going to be, because there is absolutely a reason why we have those cones out there. We don't want anybody switching over and cutting other people off, let alone we don't want other drivers and competitors colliding with one another. We want it to be a nice, fair race. So we're going to definitely go to our track coordinator and see what the official calling is going to be for that round and see if they're going to still give the win over to Bombshell.
I just talked to the event director. He says Bombshell will be moving on. So
good deal. So it was a very close race. You know, again, that's kind of what I was talking about there. That was a prime example. When you start with that inside lane, you try to carry that momentum, because when you're in that inside lane coming to that final turn, you only have so much runway to try and gain up that speed, gain up that momentum, and fly across those cars and try and get to the finish line. Meanwhile, in the outside lane, you have so much more track to kind of build that momentum and try and launch yourself, and hopefully you more or less slingshot your way to victory.
Well, speaking of slingshotting your way to victory, we got Mr. Highlight Reel himself, the birthday boy, over there in the far lane from the camera in violent impact. Kyle Seasock gonna be taking on Mr. Rage Quit himself, old Bradley Shaw, in the Smash Squad.
Oh man, I don't think he's gonna like that nickname. I gotta tell you. I mean, it is unfortunate, you know, that people get, you know, upset. But you know, this is racing. You know, people do get upset. It is what it is. But you know what? We all know Brad Shaw has been working very hard on trying to get that Crush Squad, or Smash Squad, sorry, you know, dialed in. But it looks like Kyle Seasock and Violent Impact has got quite a demanding lead on the conductor. He's sideways. This is what I'm talking about.
You got that into a race. Smash Squad is moving. He is hauling it. He is hauling the mail. Look like he's coming down the Alaska Pipe Road right now.
Oh, Kyle
Seasock's hold on to it, loses the bumper. Man, a lot of action here in the first round, Spence.
Was this our last race of the first round? My goodness.
Sir. That is going to conclude round one.
Oh my goodness!
I'd like to thank Mr. Seasock for not hitting my cone down there. I greatly appreciate that. He put on one heck of a show there, coming off of turn 4.
So I don't know how it looked on your end, but it looked like he lost air pressure or something popped in the right rear tire, and when he was coming around and just ended up sliding that big old Chevrolet monster truck around, and he somehow picked it up on a wheelie in the middle of a spin out. But regardless, congratulations to Bradley Shaw and Smash Squad and moving on to the next round. Like I said, we have a lot of people that are in this event that may not have moved on to the next round or even the quarterfinals or semifinals. And because of how, you really don't know what this track is going to throw at you. You don't know whose race this is going to be. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be our champion this evening, because I don't think anybody that we have that has moved on from round one has won an event in the Community Clash.
Yeah, so we're gonna have an all-new winner here tonight. That's exciting. Hopefully, I'm hoping Prawn makes it to the finals and he actually pulls it off. But there's a couple other guys that you got to keep your eye on in the bracket that are gonna really make this a challenge for him. Here we go with round 2. We got the Howler up here.
The Howler, is that what we're calling this white pickup here? The Howler?
Yeah, this is Xander Drack from Lima, Ohio. Taking on Lima, tomato. It's Ohio.
You're gonna refer to, vegetables. Go buy the bean, the lima bean.
There you go.
Good Lord. It's where my alma mater is, UNOH. That's
and
where
we got Solomon Grundy over there in the War Pony from Ponsford, Minnesota.
Good old Midwest matchup, Ford versus Chevrolet. I'm really liking this white pickup Ford. I don't know. We need to get this guy hooked up with, a good paint designer. I think Bobcat Designs might have a couple of openings if we want to get him a nice design. But, we're not no dog and pony show. These are no show trucks. We're out here to race. We're out here to make a statement. It looks like both trucks are lined up and it's ready to go.
You can just have no paint scheme. Call the truck whatever. I mean, a couple of our heroes did that, especially back in the earlier days. They would just have the truck painted a single color, no name on it. We knew the name of it.
Sometimes they even had half the truck still in primer because they wrecked it the previous weekend.
Yes,
this is a race, man.
Right
oh my goodness!
Putting it on right here.
Oh, right.
Howard got a tire going down.
Into the wall he went.
Look at the War Pony.
War Pony.
Take it easy,
Represent
big fella.
LNN out here. War Pony Solomon Grundy is going to be taking it to the house. We'll be moving on to the next round.
Man, I'm so glad to see him doing good, because I was kind of worried about how he was running in the first couple events he was with us at. Very early first round exits, he hit my cone. No, I'm just playing. It's okay. Race is over. That's going to be War Pony taking the win. Let's see if we can get him down here and have a chat with him.
Oh, man. Whew, this has been so much fun since we've kicked off this event. And I hate to see that we're already halfway through. Solomon, man, dude. Oh, he already exited out of the chat. Where'd he go? There we go. Dude, Solomon, you've moved past 2 rounds in racing. Gotta feel great, man. Represent LNN and the War Pony. How do you feel coming into this event so far?
Feels pretty good. It's kind of bad, sad seeing a guy crash out in front of me, but you know what? It's that's the brakes,
Absolutely. And as we can tell here, it doesn't matter how much power you have under the hood of that truck, because there's some top guys that are really high up in the point standings that got taken out early on. So do you have any strategy as of right now moving further on into tonight's endeavors?
Keep all the wheels on the ground, basically, except for the jumps, and don't go too ham.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in the next round. Try to keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. We're looking forward to seeing you move on.
Man, that was a close one, Spence. Man, that was an extremely close run.
It was close until we unfortunately had the tires break off on what do we call it? What do we call that white truck again?
That's the Howler.
I don't have my notes with me. The Howler. Okay. It looks like we got another good matchup. Oh, man, this is going to be a good one. So we've got Jonathan Robinson in Whiskey Maneuver taking on E.G. Lately in Broad Street Bully. A couple of really good-looking trucks, but I got to say, when it comes to driving style, these guys are pretty neck and neck. That's almost pretty close to how these guys both are, but our boy Jonathan Robinson in Whiskey Maneuver, he has been on kill the past couple of events, but unfortunately always coming up short either in the semis or in the finals. So we'll see if he's got that old Dodge tuned up to really kind of pull out some gold here tonight at Oilex Speedway.
Yeah, he has definitely earned that bridesmaid nickname that we've given him over the last couple of weeks. always and never the bride, though. Hopefully this week he can turn it around here in round 5 of the community clash. Both of these guys are strong competitors. Just hoping they can keep it all in their lane. You know what I'm saying? It's a real problem here tonight. Keeping it all in one lane.
You're absolutely right. I don't know what was all said in the drivers' meeting, but I'm assuming we said, hey, no spinning each other out. Try not to get, into one another. Try not to block. We obviously want this to be nice and fair, but also, most importantly, when it comes to these circle tracks, you don't hit the pace car. But anyway, it looks like Jonathan Robinson is coming out on top in front of E.G. Lately and Broad Street Bully, but will Broad Street Bully be able to keep up some momentum coming into the final turn of this track at Oilex Speedway? Does he have enough get up and go? He gets a little sideways. Good race for both competitors.
Whoa, hold on to it!
Lately, hold on to it. Woo! There's just enough brake pad left. Okay, we're good.
Oh, man. That was almost a bad turn of events for him. He put on such a good run and then have to rebuild your truck afterward because you plowed into the wall at the end of the track. Almost pulled a Dennis Anderson right there, didn't he?
My goodness, man. We want to be able to come back to Oilex Speedway. I'm sure we got other things in mind and other events planned for this track. But, man, we can't come back if you guys are tearing up the infield and tearing up the walls.
Well, see, that's the beauty of it. With the last few events that we've had, we've actually picked up an insurance company sponsor, Beacon Fidelity. They will take care of all of our needs. So, building damage or not, we're covered.
I'd really like to see what the coverage looks like on that, but we'll have to check that out in the post show.
Well, it's always care too, Bobcat Designs.
Fair. Crap. Well, looks like we got oh man, crap. Tugging on my heartstrings here, man. We got an all Ford matchup. I almost can't choose between these two. Both of them actually, I don't want to say we're given the win to move on to the next round, but they both had competitors that more or less crashed out.
Yeah, but you can't count neither one of these guys out. Both of these guys are extremely strong competitors, especially Kai over there in the Everett Skybolt. Passenger Pounder's no slouch either. He's going to put the horns to him and see if he can come out of here with a win. It's going to be a strong fight here.
As long as both competitors actually watch the light. And, I think the biggest thing that a lot of people need to understand, is in most drag racing, you watch the staging lights that will go. It is straight red to green here in community class racing with our light, and you need to be at the ready on the converter. As soon as you see green, you hit go, and that's exactly what they did. Both trucks to leave off the line, almost dead even.
Oh no! Lobus gets into the wall, and he is upside down. Oh my God, I've never seen a truck flip that much. Kai should just go ahead and back it down a little bit. I hope he's okay over there. That was a horrible rollover.
All I got to say is I'm glad I was recording. We're going to be able to go in to check that out for the highlight reel for sure. I'm sure Kyle Seasock, even though he got taken out early on in racing, he's excited to see other people carry the torch and carry on the highlight reel. But congratulations to Kai, moving on to the next round.
Man, Joe has got to be stirred up after that. He's shaking and stirred. Look at that over there.
Oh, man, that was such a beautiful... Hey, you know what? I got good news as I'm kind of down here looking at them trackside. The bull horns are still on the truck.
Well, they must be welded on there pretty good.
How do you weld horns onto a truck?
I have no idea.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That sounds something that might be against a certain animal organization that I don't want to hear from. Anyway, good Lord. I'm almost worried what's going to happen when we eventually go into the finals. But it looks like we're going to be bringing back...
There might not be any trucks left to go into the finals.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we have another all-Ford matchup. It is Marky Jester and Bombshell coming back out, and he's going to be facing our good buddy from the Crush This podcast, Brad in... Good Lord, I about had a stroke there. Just trying to remember his name. I'm so sorry, Brad. In Smash Squad. Who do you got for this one, Ben?
At least you didn't call it Crush Squad this time.
No, I'm running on fumes. I forgot to get caffeine before I came up here. My whole night is just a mess. So I'm winging it, man.
I feel you. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, so Had a whole bunch of stuff going on today. Well, I mean, everybody don't want to hear about my day. Back to the racing here. We got both of these guys. I'm kind of leaning toward Bradley on this one, just simply because he's got a lot more. He's a lot smoother of a driver. Marky likes to hit the highlight reel from time to time as well. These guys met last week, a couple weeks ago, at the last event we had, and it didn't turn out in Bradley Shaw's way. They're pretty even right here. We're about to see how this come to the cars is right here. Bradley will start putting it to it if he wants to get up and compete.
Definitely seems like Marky Jester's got a lot more motor than what Smash Squad has, because Marky Jester is just leaving him in the dust, and Marky Jester is going to fly across the finish line. Oh no!
Marky Jester flips it! Lay down on its side.
That was a hard hit.
And Bradley had to slam on the brakes to get him to stop.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back after that one. That was a very hard hit.
He's not going to be able to make it back from that. That is a lot of damage on that truck.
I'm looking at the truck right now. Like the frame is almost bent. Like the whole front end. Like you got left wheels completely gone like this. I mean, congratulations for winning the battle, but I'm sorry, Marky Jester. You did not win the award here tonight, buddy. I'm so sorry to see that. I know he ain't too happy about that. Again, another one of our top competitors. He's got a bad, fast truck, and it just nosed over, and that's all she wrote. So even though Bradley Shaw lost the race, it looks like he's probably going to be coming back for, I believe it's going to be our semifinals.
Yeah, I was just checking with the track director down there and letting them know that we're ready for round 2, or excuse me, the semifinals. I'm all over the place. Like I said, it's been a rough day. Get to sit up here in the commentary booth and call a race with you. I know you're out there running around down there on the ground, so.
Hey, you know what? Even in real life, man, so for those that are tuning in tonight, we obviously are a week later than we were planning on doing our live stream last time, but unfortunately it sounded like there were server issues and all kinds of issues to where we had to postpone. But it works out for me because I wouldn't have been able to join you in the commentary booth because I was out actually working a show representing our crew here at Beam Motorsports. I got to help out at Elko Motor Speedway and New Elko Market, Minnesota, putting on their very first ever monster truck show on a Friday and Saturday, and I had an absolute blast doing it. Getting to see old school names like Bigfoot and High Roller going at each other, Josh Baumgartner, Colton Kaiser, and a bunch of other amazing top competitors. It was an awesome weekend. I hate that we had to postpone the stream, but I'm glad that we did, in a sense to where I could come up in the commentator booth with you and have fun with our awesome friends here at the Community Clash.
Yeah, you said it was bad luck for you. It was bad luck for me because I wasn't doing this by myself.
Oh, come on, Ben. It ain't that bad. There's nothing wrong with just getting on top by yourself.
Trying to fill up the space of 2 people with 1 person is, should ask my baby mama about that. Anyways, here we go with the beginning of the semifinals, and there's the green, the War Pony. Solomon's been really good to get here. Had a couple of lucky breaks, but I think his luck may have ran out because Whiskey Maneuver is dead set on getting a victory, and he might get it here tonight.
You sound like you might be a little scared in your voice. I have a feeling you might have somebody staring down your shoulder after the comment you just recently made. You're absolutely right. We've got Whiskey Maneuver that's got quite a bit of a domain that leaves. Solomon's getting a little squirrely over the cones, trying to correct. Whiskey Maneuver is going to be moving on to the next round.
Somebody needs to tell War Pony that it's not a slalom back there. It's just stay on one side or the other. The cones. He put up a valiant effort. He's going to go home with semifinals money tonight, but just came up a little bit short.
Man, they're getting paid. I'm just getting Doritos and a hot dog up here. This is a bull. Anyway.
At least you got that.
Hey, you said you have a baby mama to feed you, so why don't you get on that, huh? I am rocking the solo life now on my guy, so I will take whatever free food I can get. Which I assume there's going to be a lot because our buddy Kyle owes me a free dinner when we go to the Hall of Fame, so that's going to be fun.
Well, I mean, you're going to be completely broke by the time we go to the Hall of Fame. You owe everybody Arby's.
Oh, gosh. We're never going to let that live down.
No, until we get our Arby's. Nope, we're not going to let you live it down.
Everyone is going to be getting a stocking stuffer for Christmas. It's going to be a $5 Arby's gift card. There you go.
Heard it here first. Everybody that is watching.
Not everybody.
Oh.
No, I can't afford that. I don't need to get another loan. Oh, man. Anyway, can we talk about virtual monster trucks before I have to call my bank and explain the scenes
by the time this is over? I want max participation. Everybody call your buddies and get you in here. Spence is going to buy everybody Arby's. You heard it here first. No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone, I'm getting everyone a single mozzarella stick apiece.
Just waiting on the green for these two right here, and they're off. Kai out to a slight lead, but like I said, if you can stay on his hip, you can pull it back in the second half of the track, and just have to see what kind of bounces go on down here. Oh, Bradley's making this a race right here.
You do not want to count out the Canadian Canucker because he will just sneak up on you out of nowhere, and it is going to be a drag race to the finish. Something that our Bradley. Oh my goodness! Who got the race? Who got the win?
That looked like Bradley Shaw. Oh no, Kai, no!
What a race!
Kai went over, man. That was an incredible race.
Hold on, I actually have a recording. Let me see. I'm watching. I want to see who won the race.
That was an extremely close race, man. Extremely.
Let's see. Drop it down.
Yeah, I'm just getting confirmation
gosh.
From our track official. It definitely was Bradley Shaw taking the win.
Bradley Shaw I'm looking at the replay. Bradley Shaw by half a tire. What a heck of a finish. Dude, Bradley Shaw, the Canadian Canucker, my guy. You got to be on cloud 9 right now, like making it this far in the event. How's it feeling, buddy?
Woo! I am feeling so damn good. Ben, I heard what you said earlier, Mr. Rage Quit. Get that crap out of here. I am in the finals. You know what? The last event, I think it was Pinewood Speedway, I win against Bucket round 1, and in round 2, I'm against Game Boy, like again in the race I did 2 weeks ago, and I lose to him with a crash. This time, luck is raining on the Canadian side tonight.
Man, a great run, man.
Oh my gosh.
Just watching that from up here, I was like, I don't know if he'll be able to pull it back in, and then your opponent had a slight little bounce to it, and I was like, oh God, he's gaining in on him, and sure enough, you come around the corner, and it was just, as soon as you hit that last corner, it was just flat-footing it, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We had a little bit of engine troubles, the round prior, but we got, the old Smash Quad Ford all tuned up, ready to go, and I'm in my first finals. What can I say? I'm very excited, and whatever happens, happens. I'm so ecstatic right now, boys.
Yeah,
we're very proud of you, man.
We better hear about this on the Crush This podcast this week, because that was some really good running there, man. Real proud of you.
You guys will hear about it. Go check out Crush This. It's been our 10th anniversary season. We had Mr. Spence on a couple weeks ago, and I love being able to do this stuff, man. Been doing this virtual monster truck racing for since 2006, 2007. So this might be my first win in Beam. I am getting emotional, boys.
Hey, well, you still got one more race to do, man, and we'll be up here waiting for you. We're pulling for you, but good luck to you. All right, my guy.
Sounds good. Let's do this, guys.
I want to talk to one more person. We got the other guy participating in the final round. We're going to talk to Jonathan Robinson. And Jonathan, let me tell you, man, how many of these events have you been in the final round of so far this season?
A few.
So what is your mindset?
He's so modest.
I want to know what your mindset is coming into this, because you haven't won one of these yet. Is that like on the back of your mind as you're getting ready to go out here?
No.
No, it's so you just a clean slate every single time. It's, you know, what happens, happens. You're just going to leave it all on the line.
I haven't let off the gas coming to the finish yet, and I don't plan to yet, so.
All righty. We're going to have to see what
All right,
happens.
so we'll be sure to have the wrecker on speed dial because something tells me that we're going to need it with this race.
Most likely.
All right, man. Well, we're looking forward to this race. You got Bradley Shaw in the final round. Do you have any last words for the Canadian before you guys line up?
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
I love it. Let's
All
get
right,
at it,
man.
Ben. This is it. Final round. Let's get after it. Let's get these boys on the track
All
and
right, let's fire 'em
go
up.
side by side racing.
There we go.
Oh my God. This is what I love about this, man. I love the community clash. I'm glad that, you know, you have these tracks where they are the equalizer that will just throw a complete wrench in everybody's plans for their evening, and you don't know who's going to come out on top. Super stoked to see Bradley Shaw come out here in his first ever final round of racing at Oilex Speedway. But also, we have got our veteran Jonathan Robinson, where this is, I want to say, third or fourth time that he has came to the final round. And you can just tell that that boy is hungry for his first win. It is a Dodge and Ford showdown, Ben. Who do you got for this run?
Well, whichever one it's going to be a first-time winner here on the Community Clash. A couple of guys that have been really good competitors so far this season. Like you said, Jonathan Robinson and Whiskey Maneuver pushing it as far as he can, trying to get into the winner circle and just can't get it done. And then you got Bradley over there, who's been doing this a really long time as well. It just can't, he's been slowly putting it together over the last couple of weeks, and he's finally here in the final round. And all I'm saying, we're going to have a good show right here. That's all it can be.
All I gotta say is I know how much these two are itching at the fingertips, trying to bring it all out on top. Who's gonna be the first winner at Oilex Speedway? Jonathan Robinson pulls the front wheels off the ground on the Whiskey Maneuver truck. A lot of power in that Hemi-powered Dodge.
And they're swinging it around here, but they're pretty together right here. A little bit of a bobble there from Bradley, scraping into the wall, but he's still holding it together. I think Jonathan Robinson will finally break the curse that is the winner's circle for you. Bradley Shaw put up a valiant effort, but it's going to be Jonathan Robinson taking the win tonight in round 5 of the Community Clash.
Oh, goodness, my guy, like just the fact that seeing both of these competitors come out to the final round, seeing how much they both fought and, you know, clawed their way, get that victory donut there, Prawn. Jonathan Robinson, you absolutely deserve it. Prawn, you did it, my guy. Your first ever victory here with the Community Clash. We're so happy to see it. We're so proud of both you and Brad to come out in the finals. But it's got to feel good to finally punch that monkey off your back and finally get a win this season.
No longer a bridesmaid.
No, would this now make you like a maid of honor?
I guess so. I'm glad it was Brad that it could be the man of the hour as well. So me and him did a good race. He's a good sport.
Yeah, you guys are some of our top competitors. Obviously, some beautiful looking trucks, and you guys, and honestly, the one thing that we truly appreciate the most out of, especially with a lot of our other competitors, is the true sportsmanship. There's no bad blood here. We're all friends, and it was so nice and refreshing to see a good group of dudes come out here and duke it out in a fair race. Nobody was trashing one another. You guys weren't running into each other. At least it didn't look like you guys were trying to. But seriously, man, yeah, well, you know, you'll have that. But dude, super proud of you. Super proud of you and Brad both. Congratulations on your first win with Whiskey Maneuver. That's going to be a huge bump in points, especially seeing your rival with Community Clash, Eli, get knocked out in round 1. This is going to put a huge damper on points, Ben. I cannot wait to see what the results are going to be after tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of our event director and see if we got something that's updated to see how close they actually are. But you're absolutely right about that. You're going to put a huge damper on anything that Eli was trying to do and get done, especially when we're moving into the next week. Oh man, it's just been a crazy night out here.
Hey, and man, we're just getting fired up. Again, Prawn, we're going to let you head on back and celebrate. Congratulations to Whiskey Maneuver. Congratulations to Smash Squad coming up in second. And thank you so much to all of our competitors that came out, qualified, and welcoming our new competitor that brought out his truck. Unfortunately, he broke. I'm drawing a blank here, Ben, but that's the beauty of what we've created here is if you guys that are watching this, that want to be a part of this, we have open qualifying. We want people to come in, make a name for yourself. You think you could run better and faster than any of these guys that you're seeing on the stream? Well, come join our Discord, get the mods, come be part of the community. We welcome everybody with open arms, and we encourage good quality, fun, and good old-fashioned competition with Community Clash here at Beam Motorsports. But Ben, this has been a riot. This has been a ton of fun. When are we doing the next one, and where are we going next?
So the next event that we're going to have will be next week. Because this is our makeup week, basically. So next week we're going to be going to Arrowhead Stadium. And if you've watched Retro Revolution and seen episode 2, you know exactly what track we're going to. The same one that we ran in the Retro Revolution episode 2, going to the exact same track. So I just got an update from our event director, Mr. John Brozick. So your current point standings right now is going to be Eli and TMNT with 193 points, followed by Whiskey Maneuver Jonathan Robinson at 184. So he went from a 33-point gap to 9. He is closing in on him. Followed by Kai and the Everett Skybolt sitting at 133. Bombshell and Marky Jester with 129, and Smash Squad Bradley Shaw cracking the top 5 with 115. A lot of good names on this list, a lot of really close battling, especially looking at it in the 6 to 10 range. There's a lot of close together names there as well, so a lot of racing left to go. We're halfway through this.
Halfway through the season, Ben, and we've had some amazing races, a lot of crazy wrecks, a lot of insane moments here with B Motorsports and Community Clash, and we're only getting wilder and crazier from here. We're going to start going into some stadiums. We're going to start going into some very historic venues. I heard Pontiac is somewhere on the card. I can't remember exactly where, but we're at event 5. We're closing this out after event 10. But at the very end of all of this, we are doing one massive 4-wide racing event for anybody that is qualified for a event throughout the season. And we're going to have a heck of a time. But anyway, Ben, it's getting a little bit late, kind of overstaying our welcome. I'm going to let you close this out.
All right, guys. He was talking about the end of the season. Somebody, I was looking at the comments during the live stream. Somebody asked about the Texas 3-way. We definitely got something in store for you, but it'll be at the end of January when you get to see it. But great racing here tonight. I'm looking forward to the next event. I'm Benjamin Butler, and that's Austin Spence over there, my guy, always hanging in there with me. We'll catch you guys next time on the Community Clash.